Hey everybody, Tom here, and today I'm going to teach you how to set up a solo game of Welcome to, and then I'm going to play a solo game and invite you to play along. To play this game, if you want to play along with me, you're going to need one of the score pad things, and I have put a link for that in the description of this video. So if you download one of those, you can go ahead and play along. Let me just go ahead and open up the box. I have pre-laminated some score sheets. I'm not going to use these laminated ones because they're a little too shiny for the camera, so we will not be doing that. Instead, I'm just going to be using one that's provided, and then I'm going to be writing on this cardstock because I'm going to use a real Sharpie this time. I just barely finished making my two-player video, and the pen I was using didn't show up as well as I would have liked, and I can't find my regular black Sharpie, so I'm going to have to get one of those. Alright, so they do have this certificate of achievement thing that's kind of neat. They have some player aids. I'm just going to grab one of these. And setup for this game is kind of a little tiny bit similar to the regular game. We have this big deck of cards that have house numbers on one side and special actions on the other. And then there's going to be this one card here. This is going to be for our solo game. And then we have all of these objectives here. So I've got stuff out of the box. Let me go ahead, and what we're going to do is there are level 1, 2, and 3 objectives. These are called plans. We're just going to do a quick shuffle here, and then we're going to pick one of each of these, just like we would in a normal game. Alright, let's see here. Grab. Oh, I just mixed my 2s and 3s, didn't I? Thankfully, I did a terrible job at it. Alright, hold on. Those are 2s. Okay, well, I've got my 3s here. Yeah, I've got my 3s here. We'll grab this one. And finally, grab this one. Okay, so let me just put these to the side for now. So here is how setting up for solo game is going to be a little bit different. I'm going to be kind of mostly sitting down here trying to keep an eye on my camera, which is way up high, but I'll do my best. So what we're going to do is we're going to shuffle this whole deck of cards, and I guess technically we probably want to shuffle these special action side up because that's going to be the way that our deck of cards is going to be facing. So I'm going to go ahead and give these a quick shuffle. You can be mad at my shuffling technique right now all you want. I won't play this game enough for my shuffling right now to matter. Even though I love this game, I just, you know, I'm a cult of the new person, and it's sad. Alright, so we're just going to go ahead, give this a quick shuffle-roo. One more, and then what we're going to do is we're going to split the deck in half, and we're going to get this card shuffled in the bottom half. So I'm just going to go ahead and get that card shuffled in here somewhere so that we don't know where it is. That's the big part, is that we will have no clue where that card ends up. Whoop. Okay, and cut that in half. And that's going to go on the bottom of this deck right here. Okay, so we're going to have this here. I'll have this. I've got my player aid in case we need it. Oh, do you know what? Let's put this over here. And trying to make it look pretty. And then we're going to have our objective cards right here. Oh, this is going to be really straightforward for our objectives. It looks like we're going for estates. Looks like for this card right here, we need to fill in house numbers on every single house on the first street. This one we need an estate of 5 and 2 of 2s. This one we need an estate of 3 and a estate of 4. So if you don't know how to play this game yet, don't worry. I'm going to be teaching you as we go. But essentially, just a quick overview, I don't need these pencils, of how this game is going to score. Is we're going to be looking at some cards, and every round we're going to choose one number and then one special action. So we're going to be filling in numbers in these houses here as we build our neighborhoods. And these numbers need to go in ascending order for each street. Those numbers go from 1 to 15, so as we're filling out these houses, we're kind of trying to estimate where those numbers need to go. And then as we're doing that, we're also going to be putting fences to kind of create these neighborhood things, and that's going to help us get these objectives here. So essentially at the end of the game, we're going to score some points, and if you're playing along with me, we're going to compare scores. So you're going to get points for fulfilling these objectives. And in the solo version of the game, we're not racing against each other to fulfill these objectives. You're just trying to get these objectives before the deck gets to that one card that we shuffled into here. We don't know where it is. We just know it's in the bottom half somewhere. So if we can do these objectives before that happens, we're going to score more points. Okay? And then if we get these objectives after that card shows up, then we score fewer points. So scoring is going to be from these points here. As we're filling in the numbers, we might also find parks, and so we'll be crossing off numbers across the top here, and that's going to score some points there. As we build houses with pools, we're going to have the option to score or check off some numbers here that will get us some points. And then here we have the chance to get some points depending on how many of these construction icons that we fill out. And in the normal game, the way this works is the person who has the most of these crossed off gets 7 points, and second most gets 4. Where we're playing solo, you need to get at least 6 of these filled out, and if you do that, you could get 7 points. So we're going to try to cross these off. We're going to try to make estates more valuable through this stock market thing here. So remember, an estate is a series of houses that have numbers on them that are surrounded by fences that we're going to be drawing. And so at the end of the game, estates can be a size 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6, and they're worth 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6 points. Unless throughout the game we cross off these boxes through this stock market action, then they can become worth more points. We're also going to have an option to add some extra houses called a biz house. And those are going to be good because they're going to fill up some spaces here, but they're going to be worth negative points at the end of the game. If we can't fill in a number for whatever reason, we could lose points down here. And also, an advanced variant that I'll probably play with is this cul-de-sac, or this, I don't know, it's like a cul-de-sac kind of a thing, where we will have an option to circle a house and add some fences around it. And we'll talk more about that as time goes on. So if you don't know how to play, that's okay. Like I said, we're just going over the scoring. I will teach you as we go. So hopefully you've got your score pad ready. And let's go for it. So in a solo game, what we're going to do is we're going to draw the top 3 cards. And we're going to look at them. Now, we want to see what's on the back of each card. And we want to see what's on the front of each card. But in the corner, it's going to show us. So this is a 5 on this side, and it's also a fence. So I'm going to put right over here on the side, I'm going to go ahead and make a single card that has a 5 house and then a fence, a fence action. Then we're going to have a 9 house and a stock market. And then we're going to have an 8 and a fence. Okay, so I'm going to put those here on the side. And basically on a round, you need to pick one of these cards for the number value. Put them in order, and you need to pick one of the other cards for the special action. So in other words, I could pick a 9 house and a fence action, or I could pick an 8 house and a stock market or a fence action, or I could pick a 5 house and a fence action or a stock market action. So over here, you're going to see 3 different kind of cards laid out. You need to pick the number from one of those cards and the special action from a different card. And again, as I kind of pointed out earlier, but just to teach you, we're going to write the number in one of these houses. We need to go in ascending order as we're putting things in. So like if I put a 5 here, then I would have to have bigger numbers to the right of it. And then we're going to do the special action. So we have kind of a rough start here. You know, our numbers are going to go from 1 to 15. These are all kind of central, so that's a little bit scary. But I also know that I'm trying to get these different objectives here. I'm trying to fill out the whole top row with numbers. I'm trying to get 5 houses in a row with numbers and a fence in between it, or 2 sets of 2. I also need a set of 3 and a set of 4. So I'm thinking, let's see, how many houses are up here at the top? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm kind of trying to think if there's a good, efficient way to fill up the top and also get these. That's 7. I'm kind of just trying to put my numbers together. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. No. I don't see a combination of those numbers. Oh, a 5, a 2, and a 3. That's 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So if I could get a series of 5 up here, and a series of 3, and a series of 2, then I could have these estates. This is my plan. Don't be copying me. But what I'm going to do is, let's go ahead and pick a 5. So I'm picking the number 5. And now that I've done that number, I have to pick one of these actions from the other cards. So I'm going to pick a 5 and a fence. And I'm going to just try to keep this simple. I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to put a fence right here. Now you could put a fence anywhere on these dotted lines. It does not have to be on the same street. I'm just kind of trying to get these numbers to work in my favor is kind of my plan. So for me, I chose the number 5, I wrote it here, and I'm building a fence on a dotted line like that. Okay? So you go ahead and make your selection, and while you're doing that, I'm going to draw some new cards. If you need to pause the video to make your decisions, that's cool. But with these new cards here, I'm going to go ahead and update the icons over there. So this time we have a 5 with a park, we have a 9 with the construction, and we have a 13 with a fence. So you already know what to do with the numbers. Let's talk about what to do with these special actions. A park means, and we've got this aid right here if you need it, a park means wherever you put your number, you can also cross off one of these numbers right above it. You're building parks. And that's going to be worth points at the end of the game. If you choose the construction action, you can add or subtract 0, 1, or 2 from your house number. So if I pick 5 and a construction, then that means that I could use this card as either a 3, 4, 5, 6, or 7 as you're writing your number. And you would get to cross off this construction thing, and as I pointed out before, we're going to have to cross off 6 of these to get to 7 points down there. Okay, and then you already know what the fence is. So take a look. If you need to pause, you can. I think I'm going to use the number 13, and I'm going to use the construction for me. Now I'm going to do this so that I can make this a total of 15. And I'm going to put the 15 here. And because I'm using that icon, I'm going to cross one of those off like that. Okay? You go ahead and pick what you need to from the side. Pause it if you need to. I'm going to go ahead and keep playing. So I'm going to draw 3 cards here. Looks like we have a 6 park. We have a 15 park. And we have a 6 pool. Alright, so I need to pick one number from a card and then a special action from a different card. I love using the number 15 because we know that that can go on the far side. And I wish I could do 15 in a pool, but I can't. So I'm going to choose 15 and a park. And I'm going to go ahead and start working down here. I'm going to put a 15 down here and build a park on that same street. Okay? Now, we haven't talked about pools. I probably should talk about that just in case you've never played this game before. Let's say I chose a 6, this 6, this 6, and the pool. Well, if you choose to build a pool, if you write the number 6 on a house with a pool, what you're going to do is, let's say I put a 6 here, you'd write the 6, and since you picked the pool, you would circle the pool. And then you would cross off one of these pool numbers down here. So the more pools you build in your neighborhood, the more valuable the points are going to be. Okay? So I think that's going to help with that. I realize I'm not being the greatest teacher at this one. If you really want to learn the game, I recommend watching my 2-player video. But hopefully you're getting the gist of it. Did I miss any actions I didn't explain? Hopefully I did okay. All right, let's go ahead and draw another 3. So we've got a 14 with a park. We have a 7 with a stock market. We have a 15 with a fence. Well, I like the idea of using a 14 up here. think I'm going to use the number 14 and a fence. You make your own decision though, so we don't have the same score, you know? Alright, so for me, I'm going to go ahead and put a 14 right here. And I wanted to go ahead and put a fence like that. So I can work towards a set of 5, a set of 2, a set of 3. I'm going to need another set of 2 and a set of 4 somewhere to hit those objectives. Okay. Cool. Those are there. 1, 2, 3. So a 10 with a fence, a 13 with the construction, and a 9 with the pool. Probably could put a, oh, I can't do a 9 and a pool because those are the same card. I'd like to get a pool out there. Maybe I'm going to do a 10 and a pool. Or a 13. Ooh, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do a 13 with a pool, even though I kind of wanted to do this construction thing to keep working on that. But the reason I'm doing this is that's going to be a 13. I built it with the pool. You're welcome to write different numbers. Like if I hadn't chosen the pool action, let's say I went like this, you could still write the number 13 here. You just would not circle the pool. Okay, but I'm circling the pool. We're going to cross this off like that. Okay. This is tricky to do with no editing. I'm not cutting anything. I'm literally just sitting down and playing. I think that's why my teaching's a little crappy. Oh, I'll make sure to cover the biz. Okay, so we have a 9 with a fence. We have a 7 with a bis. And we have a 9 with a park. All right. So the one we haven't talked about is a bis. So let's say for pretendsies that I choose a 9 and a bis like that. You would write the 9 house wherever you want to, and the bis will give you an option to put a duplicate number next to a house, but it can't cross a fence. So if I really wanted to put a 5 here, I could put my 9 down anywhere, and then I could put a 5 and write the word bis next to it on either side. I would just not be able to separate it with a fence, and you would end up losing points at the end of the game by doing that. I'm not really in a desperate situation to do that at this point, so I think what I want to do is, let's work on a 9 park. That's what I'm going to do here. And I want to build a park down here because there's lots of points available. I'm just going to have to estimate where to put that 9. It's going to be somewhere here-ish. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. But I want to give myself some wiggle room. I'm going to put a 9 right here. Might not be enough wiggle room, but it's done. I've used Sharpie. Okay, next up, we have a 12 with a construction, an 8 with a construction, and a 4 with a pool. Ooh, I really like the 4 with a pool, but he can't pick a 4 and a pool. Dang it. I do like a 12 and a pool, though. That would work for right there. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do a 12. And build this pool, and mark that one off right there. Okay. Neat. Now let's quickly talk about how the game ends. In a solo game, it still kind of follows these rules. If I fill out every single house, the game would end. If I get all 3 objectives met, the game will end. Or if 3 times I can't put down a house number, the game will end. Or when this deck of cards runs out. So it's possible I might end the game before this deck of cards runs out, and you might still be going. So if that's the case, I'm going to make sure to put all of the decks of cards in after I score my stuff or whatever. So I'll make sure that you have access to this deck in the video over here on this side. All right, so what am I doing? Next set. So I've got a construction 3, I've got a stock market 6, and I've got a construction 4. So just a review about the stock market. If you pick the stock market as your action, you're going to mark off one of these squares down here, and it's going to make these fenced-in, fully numbered estates worth more points, which could be good, especially since I need like multiple 2 estates. But I also really want to get those constructions going. Okay. What I think I'm going to do is I'm going to save that for a 4 pool. I'm going to do a 3 construction. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to subtract 2 from that number so I can guarantee the number 1. So I'm using the construction, so you could add or subtract 1 or 2 or 0. And then you're going to mark that off. Okay, again, that reminder is right here if you need it. Pick a number, add or subtract 0, 1, or 2, write that number, and then you mark off the thing. Okay, next up, 1, 2, 3, a 9 with a park, an 8 with a park, and a 3 with a pool. Oh, a 3 with a pool would go great. Wow, I can't do a 3 with a pool. I keep thinking that. Because it's, yeah, in the multiplayer game, things work a little bit differently than what we're doing here. I could do an 8 with a park. Oh, but I kind of want to put a pool down there, though. Oh, I could do an 8 with a pool. That's what I'm going to do. Okay, so I'm picking an 8 with a pool, putting it down here, circling that pool, marking that off. Okay. Again, at any time you could pause the video so you could catch up and make your own choice. I have an 11 with a park. I have a 7 with the stock market. And I have a 10 with a fence. Gotta fill in these numbers. I gotta start making some more fences too. Can't do a 10 with a fence. I could do an 11 with a fence. Or a 10 with a park. I think I'm gonna go for a 10 with a park. Put a 10 here and a park there. Okay. Got a 7 park, a 1 fence, and a 7 construction. I like having that 1, but I want to use that fence. Maybe what I'll do is a 7 and a fence. 7 and a fence. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Okay, 7 with a fence. I'm going to put the 7 right here, and you could put a fence anywhere. It doesn't have to be on the same street. So I need to start fencing off. I've got a 5, a 2, and a 3 taken care of, so I'm going to need a 4 and another 2. How would I do that? Okay, what if I go this way? Yeah, this could be my 4, and that could be my 2 right there. Okay. I'm curious how you guys are doing, but you'll let me know in the comments. 1, 2, 3. So we have an 8 stock market, a 12 pool, and a 7 park. An 8. I guess a 12 with a park could be good. I'm kind of really pushing this park idea, aren't I, down here? Because there's just this big jump. You go from 8 points to 18 points if we can get all of those parks. Yeah, let's do that. I'm going to put a 12 here with the park. Okay. So we've got a 14 stock market. We've got an 11 fence. And an 11 stock market. I haven't done anything with the stocks. Mostly I've been avoiding the stocks. In the multiplayer game, we needed a lot of estates with a 3, so that was a really obvious choice. Here we need a lot of different numbers, so that doesn't seem like such an obvious choice to me. But an 11 would be great. Maybe an 11 with a fence. Ooh, but I could use a 14. I kind of want to do a 14 pool. Alright, so for me, I'm going to do an 11 with a fence. I'm going to put the 11 here. I still haven't reached any of my specific objectives because I haven't filled out this 5, even though I have 2 over here. And I have 3, but I still haven't finished my 4. But I am going to go ahead and add my fence down here. So I'm really close to my 5, 2, 2 objective. And I'm really close to my 3, 4 objective. And really close to filling out all top. Ooh, this game might be faster than I thought. It'll depend on how I go, but I really want to get lots of points, so maybe I would stall the ending a little bit. Ooh, that's something to think about. But I don't want to stall too long. Okay. So next we have a 5 stock market. We have a 4 park, and we have, oh my gosh, are you for reals? Oh, I'm so annoyed. I didn't see that was so high up. Oh my gosh, that must have been like way up at the top. Crap it. Okay, so every one of these flips over. I can no longer get the higher values. Dang it, that sucks. Well, I have until the end of this round, but I don't think I'm going to be able to do it. Okay, let me draw another one. So that's going to be my 4 and my 2. Okay, ah, man. Yeah, do you know what? We don't even have the chance to get those. Those all turn around. Oh, crap. I wonder if you guys were able to get any of those. So angry right now. Okay. I'm going to try to chill out. Guess I'm not in such a rush to get those right now. I'd like to get a 4 pool, but I don't have a pool. Okay, I'm going to do a 2 with the stock market. I'm going to put my 2... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I don't know if I want to do that. I'm going to put my 2 right here. And for my stock market, since I'm trying to get a couple of 2s, we'll go like that. Okay. A stock market with a 9, a stock market with a 15, and a 10 with a park. You can't put duplicate numbers by each other unless you use the bis, so this 15 would have to go here. The 9 would have to go here somewhere. The 10, not so much space, so I've got to use this 15, I think. And I guess I'll do the 15 with the stock market. Let's just mark that one off. Okay. Next, construction with a 10, stock with a 4, stock with an 11. Oof. Might have to give up that idea of a pool right there. I think what I'll do is I'm going to do a 4 with the construction. And I'm going to subtract 2 from that number, make that a 2. And I got my construction there. Still need 3 more. Just straightening that up. Okay, 1, 2, 3. So I've got a bis with a 12. I've got a park with a 2. And I've got a fence with a 3. I think I'm going to do a 3. I'm going to do a 3 with a park. Again, with a bis, if you choose a bis, you get to write an additional number somewhere. It needs to be a duplicate as a number next to it, and it can't be separated by a fence. But I'm going to not do that. I'm going to do a 3 with a park. We're going to put that park here. That way I can get up to 18 points. In fact, I know I'm going to get 18, so I'm going to write that down here. Okay, cool. 1, 2, 3. We've got a 10 with the stock market. We've got a 6 with the bis. And we've got a house with a 5. What? A fence with a 5. Why did I say that? 4, 5, 6. Could do a 6 with a fence. I'm going to try to get a few sets of 2, since those will be more valuable. And 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm going to put a 6 here. Kind of chancing that. And let's try to fence off some sets of 2. Kind of spreading my strategy out, maybe too far. 1, 2, 3. Fence with an 11, fence with a 7, and we have an 11 with a park. I could use a park and a 7. No, I don't need any more parks down here though. 4, Could do a 7 with a fence. Let's do that. Okay, 7 with a fence. And I'm going to try to fill these out so I have lots of 2s. Okay, we've got a stock market with a 1, a park with a 5, a fence with a 2. A 1 with a park isn't bad. That's what I'm going to do. Okay. Now we got a park with a 12, a pool with a 7, and a stocks with a 5. Okay. Can't put a 12 pool there, unfortunately. See, a 7 is the pool. I'm going to do a pool with a 5. I'm going to put that right here. 5 with a pool. Mark that one off. Okay. Stocks with a 12. Pool with a 13. Abyss with a 4. A 4 would be good right here. I'd like to get that 13 in there. I haven't fulfilled my 5, 2, 2 thing yet. I do have 2s, but I don't have a 5. And I haven't finished my 4. Got my 3 and my 4. I haven't finished that top row yet, have I? Okay. Man, I want that 13. I wish that was I wish I had a card 13 and a pool on another one, but I don't. Okay, so I'm going to do a 4 and a stock market. I'm going to put the 4 here. And I'm going to work on 4s. Why not? Okay, I'm running out of cards here soonish. Okay, so we've got a construction with a 6. We've got abyss with a 10. We've got a pool with an 8. Love to get that pool in, because that's just getting me lots of points. But I also really want to use, I think the pool is going to be better for me than the construction at this point. So if I did a pool with a 10, right? Yeah, because I couldn't get that pool or that pool. Yep. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Fence with a 14. 14. Pool with a 10. Oh yeah, 14 pool. I think that's what I'm going to do. Or a 3 with a pool. Oh, which one do I want? 14 with a pool or a 3 with a pool? I'm going to go for... Oh, that's a tough choice. I'm going to go for a 4 with a pool. Got another pool in. And a couple of things just barely happened. I got the top row finished, so I got 3 points there. And I have my 5, 2, 2. I could use any of these 2s. I'm going to just draw a line up here to show that I've got the 5 and the 2. And doesn't matter. A 2 like that. And that got me 6 points. So I'm done with these 2. Still working on that one. I'm going to need a card for right there to get that one. And I'm running out. Okay, so we got a fence with a 6, fence with an 8, abyss with an 8. Those are not good. I like the fence idea. Okay, I'm going to do a 6 and a fence. So I'm trying to get these sets of 2 going. There's another set of 2. Okay. A park with an 8, a stocks with an 8, a fence with a 6. Okay, I'm going to go for an 8 with a fence. Okay, I'm going to do an 8 with a fence. Oh, I didn't do my cul-de-sac thing. So you can mark this off. You'd get negative points, but you could, I briefly talked about it just to remind you, you could put a circle with a dot in it and a fence on either side. I'm going to do an 8 with a fence like this. And just for kicks and giggles, let's do that. I'm going to do a cul-de-sac. And you could do that before or after you make your selection. I'm doing that so that I could get a couple more sets of 2 there. Yes, so I did an 8 with a fence, and I put the fence there. Oh, man. Oh, crap. These are my last cards, and I didn't get a pool. Let's hope there's a 14. Dang it. Oh, there's a 13. Okay, I think what I'm going to have to do is... I kind of punked myself on this one. I'm going to do a 13. And I should probably do Abyss. Yeah, okay, I'm going to do a 13 here. Didn't get a pool. And then I want Abyss so I can get another set of 2. So I'm going to do a 5 Abyss like that. 13 with Abyss, and I need to mark that one off. Okay, cool. So I did manage to get a set of 3 and a set of 4. Had there been duplicate numbers on these cards, you could only do it once. That's part of why you draw the line at the top. So that was 3 points there. Okay, now it's end of game scoring. I didn't get anything for this park. I only got 2 points for that park. Oh, let's go one at a time. So I have 12 points for my objectives. Can't believe how fast that thing came up. 20 points for the parks, because I have an 18, 2, and a 0. 17 points for the pool. I did not get my construction goal, so 0 points there. I don't think I have any sets of 1. See, we've got this set of 2, we've got that set of 2, we've got that set of 2, we've got that set of 2, and that set of 2, but I don't see any 1s. So I had 0 estates that were a size of 1. I had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There were a size of 2, so that was 28 points. That was cool. That was a good strategy. Yes, I'm so amazing. And then I had 1 set of 3, so that was worth 3 points. I had 1 set of 4. Yeah, because I didn't finish that one. So I had 1 set of 4, so 5 points for that. 1 set of 5, so 5 points for that. And I didn't have any sets of 6. I'm going to lose 1 point for that bis. I'm going to lose 3 points for using this one circle-y thing, but I didn't lose any points here. Okay, cool. So I'm going to grab my trusty 9th grade calculator here. 12 plus 20 plus 17 plus 28 plus 3 plus 5 plus 5 minus 1 minus 3. All right, I got 86 points. That was my score. How did you guys do? I'd love to know. And why don't you tell me which round you ended? Did you end in round 26 with me? Or did you end earlier? Let me know. Yes, so I got 86 points. I hope this gameplay video was semi-fun for you. Sorry for being kind of a crappy teacher at this. I was kind of more excited to play than I was to teach the rules, apparently. I didn't even name my town. I'm going to name Welcome to Winterville. Because I'm planning on beating all of you with my winning. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know what score you got in the comments. That was fun for me. Hopefully it's fun for you. Okay, bye.